Shri Parikshit, a brilliant king of Chandravansha, lunar dynasty. He was the grandson of Shri Arjuna and son of Shri Abhimanyu. Shri Parikshit was the son born to Shri Abhimanyu of Shri Uttara Devi, the daughter of Queen Shri Sudeshna Devi and King Shri Virat, at whose court the Pandavas spent a year in concealment during their exile. This was a stillborn child and it was Shri Krishna who gave it life. There is a story in Mahabharata about this. Shri Uttara Devi, wife of Shri Abhimanyu, was pregnant when the war between the Pandavas and Kauravas started at Kurukshetra. Ashwatthama, son of Drona, the preceptor of Kauravas and Pandavas, entered the camp of the Pandavas at night and slew Drashtadyumna, the son of Drupada, the king of the Panchala kingdom. He, then, sent the most fierce Brahmashirastra, the most destructive weapon, capable of ending the existence of gods. It is superior to the Brahmastra, and causes a chain reaction of massive explosions and waves to annihilate any desired entity of the universe or even the universe itself. The weapon manifests with the four heads of Shri Brahma, the creator, as its tip. This weapon can be invoked into any object, even to a blade of grass. When this weapon is invoked, it blazes up with terrible flames within a huge sphere of fire. Numerous peals of thunder are heard, fissures start on earth, rivers become dry, thousands of meteors fall and all living creatures become terrified with great dread. The entire sky seems to be filled with noise and assumes a terrible aspect with flames of fire. The whole earth with her mountains and waters and trees trembles. When it strikes an area, it will be destroyed and nothing will ever grow there, not even a blade of grass for the next 50 Shri Brahma years, 155.5 trillion human years, to exterminate the Pandavas. To face it and oppose it, Shri Arjuna also sent an equally fierce Brahmashirastra. The sight of two such powerful weapons opposing each other made all the sages anxious and they, led by Shri Vedvyasa, a great sage, also grandfather of Shri Arjuna, and an incarnation of Shri Vishnu, entered the field and requested them to withdraw their Brahmashirastra. It was in vain. The Brahmashirastra of Ashwatthama went and struck the womb of Shri Uttara Devi. Once, when the Pandavas after their exile were staying in the village of Upaplavya, a Brahman had predicted to Shri Uttara Devi that at the fag end of the life of the Pandavas, Shri Uttara Devi would bear a son who would be tested even while in her womb and that the child should be named Shri Parikshit. Pariksha equals test. The child in the womb died when the Brahmashirastra struck it. Shri Krishna was greatly agitated by this wicked act of Ashwatthama and he said thus, O Ashwatthama, the child, now dead, in its womb would surely come to life again. You will be called a sinner because of this infanticide. Because of this, you will roam about on earth for 3000 years and during that time nobody would mingle with you. You will not get a seat anywhere. All diseases will find an abode in your body. But this infant would grow up into a king and rule the country for 60 years. He would become celebrated as the next Kuru Raja, king of Kuru, Suptika Pava, Mahabharat. When the Bharatayuddha, Great War, came to an end, Shri Dharmaputra, also called Shri Yudhishthira, performed an Ashwamedha Yaga. Many prominent persons including Shri Krishna assembled at Hastinapura, capital city, for this purpose. Shri Vidura, the Prime Minister of the Kuru kingdom and the paternal uncle of the Pandavas, received them all. At that time, they were informed that Shri Uttara Devi had delivered a stillborn child. Shri Parikshit was born when the embryo was only 6 months old. Everybody, assembled there, was sad and depressed when they heard this news. Shri Krishna went in and saw the dead infant. Shri Uttara Devi wept bitterly, and everybody asked Shri Krishna to give life to the infant, somehow. Shri Krishna did so and the child was named Shri Parikshit, remembering the prophetic words of the Brahmana. Shri Parikshit married a princess named Shri Madravati Devi and had 4 sons named Janamjaya, Shrutasena, Ugrasena and Bhimasena. Shri Parikshit was greatly interested in hunting. Once, he went to a big forest with his large retinue to hunt. While hunting, he followed a deer which the king had struck with his arrow, and he separated from the rest and went a long way deep into the forest. It was midday and the king was tired. Then, he saw a sage sitting there, and the king went in and asked him about the deer. The sage, engrossed in his meditation, did not hear that. The king mistook his silence to be arrogance and took the dead body of a serpent lying nearby with the tip of his bow, threw it round the neck of the sage and went his way. The noble king did so due to the effect of Sri Kaliyuga sitting in the crown on his head. The sage did not know even that. The king returned to the palace after the hunt. The sage had a son named Sri Gavyata. In many places, the name Sri Srangi is used for Gavyata. He was playing with the sons of other sages. One Munikumara, son of a sage, said, "O Sri Gavyata, your father is equal to Sri Shiva. Both have a serpent round their necks. But there is only one difference. The serpent round your father's neck is a dead one." Sri Gavyata was greatly disturbed by this jeer, and he, immediately, went to the ashrama, hermitage, to make inquiries. When he knew that an unknown person had done that foul deed, he took water in his hand and said, "Whoever be the person who put this dead snake round the neck of my father will die being bitten by the fierce serpent Sri Takshaka, king of serpents, within 7 days." Only after pronouncing this horrible curse, did he find out that the perpetrator of that crime was none other than the most noble and charitable king, Sri Parikshit. Sri Gavyata repented greatly and, immediately, sent word to the king about his curse through Gauramukha, a Munikumara. The king was a bit frightened at first, but, then, he started thinking about the way to escape from the curse. More Part 2.